Hello. I know I said I wouldn't be doing any editing with these videos, but after doing the video, I realized I should make this announcement. I would recommend just listening to my weekly updates because there's nothing interesting happening visually, as you can see as I'm filming a ceiling. So if you're watching this, feel free to not watch it and just listen to it while doing something else if that's easier for you. That would probably maybe be more enjoyable for you. So just want to put that in before. Enjoy the video. Hello. As you can tell already, I'm not where I normally am. This is the basement of my parents' house because it is spring break, so I'm spending the week here. This was made by the wonderful Tim. I don't know exactly what it is. I mean, it's a mirror, but I like it, whatever it was, so I decided to film behind it. Looks cool. The video. This is my weekly update number 2, and in this video, like the previous one, I'll be going over 2 things. First of all, I will be going over what happened this week in terms of publishing, marketing, what I've been doing for The Eclipse and the Boy. Then the second half of this video will be me going over the overall process in one specific aspect of that overall process of publishing, and that will be literally publishing, specifically my journey through traditional publishing to self-publishing, what those 2 terms mean, and how one goes about doing them. I will focus more on self-publishing since that's the one I actually chose, but I will go over my journey with trying to publish traditionally. Here we go. Starting with this week. Oh boy, this week. I haven't been posting as much as I did last week, but I have been working. It's been very busy. First of all, both of my short films are up, which is fantastic. I'm really excited to have shared those with you guys. I wrote, as you can tell by folds, that was done a long time ago. I still have my silver hair, and with Rising Sunset and my buzz cut, that was before I went back to school, so that was a couple of months ago. And I wanted to share those, but I wanted to wait until I had a reason to share them, other than just, I like that I did these. One of the things I'm trying to do with marketing The Eclipse and the Boy is give you guys content that isn't directly related to The Eclipse and the Boy, but draws eyes. So if you guys are kind of tired of The Eclipse and the Boy, you can watch this short film. If you guys have been seeing too much of updates, you can go back and watch the short film, or just go back to my poetry, or read Animal Companion, which I've been working on as well. That's part of what I want to do with marketing, and so that's why I uploaded those short films. Other than that, I've also been working on the formatting of the book, which is done. Very excited. It's done. It's done. I don't have to like touch the book at all, which feels so great to say. Yes. So that was done. I finished that today, which is why I'm doing this video so late. I'm very excited about that. So the book is done, which is super nice. That is a huge shoulder off my back. That is a huge weight off my shoulders. And the cover, which is being done by the lovely Emma Breyer, is almost done as well. And when that is done, which will be in the next week, you'll have maybe an announcement showing the cover, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, as well as maybe pre-order and release date. Maybe you'll have that this week. You'll definitely have that this week. And I'm super excited for that. On top of those things, I've been working on my website, which, yes, I'm gonna have a website. If you didn't catch that I think I mentioned that in the previous video. One of the reasons why the website is taking so long is because I want it to have a certain amount of content already before you guys see it, so that you're not just clicking on an empty web page, you're clicking on something with material. So I'm going to be writing articles about The Eclipse and the Boy, about Animal Companion maybe, definitely about my poetry, as well as maybe just sort of blog style videos, articles on writing and my life, which if you guys are interested in, I won't leave a link on this one, but I will when it comes out. Just make sure to keep watching content. That is what I've been doing this week in terms of The Eclipse and the Boy. Now I'm going to transition, hopefully there should be a timestamp here, to talk about the overall process, specifically publishing, traditional versus self-publishing. If you are not interested in publishing, turn off the video now, because that's what I'm going to be talking about for a little bit, and I'm going to avoid ranting, but this is one take and I can't control myself, so hold out. What is traditional publishing? Traditional publishing is publishing through a company. What that means is you write the book, you go to someone called a literary agent, and you pitch the book to them. If they like the pitch, then they will pitch the book to publishing companies. Penguin Books, that's a publishing company. And that company, if they like it, will take it and distribute it and advertise and give you a free editor and work on the cover for you. Basically, if you give it, traditionally publishing, if you get it to a publishing company, you're done. You help with the editing process, but you're done with your book. You get a percentage of profits, which is fair because you're not paying for advertising, you're not paying for cover, it's free. So you're not getting as much of the profit because you're not putting in as much of the effort into that book. Some people don't like that. Some people love that. Personally, I was interested in that because I'm in college and I have a job and I'm also trying to write. So I was pretty exhausted and I thought, if I can traditionally publish, that'd be beautiful. No advertising. I'm bad at marketing too. I'm trying to figure this out. So I'm like, if I can just put it in someone else's hands. However, that did not work out for a couple of reasons that I did not realize in the moment. First of all, The Eclipse and the Boy, which I'm super excited about. It's my baby, it's my passion project, it's my first book. I love it. It is not marketable in the same way that other books are. First of all, it's shorter. It's not going to be part of a series. It is a one story, The Eclipse and the Boy. That cuts down marketing significantly because I can't advertise the sequel. There's no twist at the end that leads to the next one. And it's not long enough. I can call it this grand epic story. It's simple, which is what I wanted, but is not what publishing companies want, which is a bummer. So that was one difficulty with going to a literary agent and trying to get this book sold traditionally. Was it's not the type of book that is sold traditionally at the current time. The other aspect was the genre itself. It is horror. Audiences are interested in things that aren't standard literature. However, that's not what sells the most. The stories that sell the most in general are young adult fiction, fantasy, sci-fi, or all three combined. And that is not what I have. I have a horror novella where the protagonist is a young child and it takes place with multiple perspectives of adults, fully grown adults, with one young man who is past high school. So it loses marketability because of that as well. It is not the type of story that people traditionally are buying. Not that they don't want to hear it, but they're not buying it. So there was very little chance of this getting traditionally published. It's possible, but it was likely not going to happen. And I didn't realize that until I had been trying to get it traditionally published for months. Keep in mind, I wrote this book in 6 months, edited it, then started trying to query. However, after going to a couple of literary agents to try to get my book sold through a process called querying, my book it wasn't going through. Literary agents were not interested in a novella as well as a horror novella. So I submitted it to a contest, which ran for about 8 months before I lost the contest, which I'm fine with. The contest was a long shot. If I had won this contest, I would have gotten the book deal and a movie deal, actually, but that did not work out. I made it to the second round, and then they moved on with other selections, which I'm fine with. Which left me with self-publishing, which, as you can tell, I was against initially, but it was something I was prepared for. And now that I've started the process, I'm so glad I'm self-publishing. So glad. Because with traditionally publishing, it's free and you get good accessibility, you get your name out there, it gets more recognition, but you lose control. And while that was something I was okay with initially, now I'm so glad that I have the control that I have. Because with self-publishing, it's all me, baby. It's all me. I am paying for everything, but I am also choosing who the cover artist is. In this case, Emma Breyer. I'm basically choosing the cover. She is doing it magnificently, but I've been giving her instructions, and so I get to work with her closer than I would with an artist for a traditionally published book. And I get to be in charge of marketing, which means that I kind of get to build a social media platform with you guys, and that feels a lot more personal and intimate. Even though it is time consuming and stressful, it's also very rewarding. And when I finish this, I can really be able to say that I published this book. And that's going to be really satisfying. It's already really satisfying, but it's going to be even more satisfying. And I'm so excited about that. However, let me explain to you the process of self-publishing if you don't know. You write the book, and then you get the book edited, which normally costs money. I did not have to pay money because my dad is a wonderful editor. Thank the Lord for him. Love you, Dad. That saved me at least $1,000, which is pretty cool. And after editing, you read it, you edit it, and then you bring it back to your editor again, your copy editor, and he runs through it for more mistakes. You have someone close to you read it to see if they liked it and what was confusing, and then you go back and edit it again, and you do that again, and probably a couple more times until you feel like, okay, this is the best this is the book that I want. This is the quality that it needs to be at. And then you watch a bunch of videos on how to self-publish, like a lot, like more than 100 videos on how to self-publish. And then you actually get started with marketing and self-publishing. So you have to choose where you're going to distribute books. For me, that's Kindle Direct Publishing with Amazon, as well as Draft2 Digital, which distributes my book onto multiple platforms which you can buy it on. And you build marketing. You are advertising your book, no one else is, which is time consuming. Not too expensive. It can be as expensive as you want it to be. For me, not that expensive, but it is time consuming. I am making these videos. I won't have to make these videos if I was traditionally publishing. They might help, but I won't have to do them, especially to get word about this book out there. However, I am self-publishing and I am making these videos. Then I'm going to release a pre-order date, which is going to be fantastic. And I'm the one telling you guys about the book. You guys buy the book, and I get significantly more money directly than I would if I was traditionally publishing, but I get less eyes on it. KDP still does get, Kindle Direct Publishing still does get a portion of those profits. They are the ones making the book and selling it, but I still get more money for it, and I get to say that I published a book, and that is a phenomenal feeling that I am so thankful to be having. That is self-publishing. That is why I'm self-publishing, and that will pretty much do it for this video. If you guys have questions about self-publishing or about traditional publishing, I may not be able to answer them, but I'll try. leave those in the comment section down below. I will make sure to respond. For any of the things I've mentioned, the short film, Animal Companion, I will put links to those in the description. And thank you for watching this video. I'll make sure to catch you guys in the next one. Bye.